Language learning has been completely wrong for decades. The shocking truth is that just 100 words can cover 80% of everything we say in English.
That's such a counterintuitive finding. I mean, most language courses teach thousands of vocabulary words. How could this possibly work?
Well, here's the fascinating data behind it. Research shows that the top 100 most frequently used words make up between 50 and 80% of all spoken communication. When you expand to the top 1,000 words, you're looking at nearly 90% coverage.
Hmm, but surely there must be some catch here. What makes these particular words so special?
You know what's really interesting? It's all about how repetitive natural English actually is. Think about how many times today you've said phrases like I think, I want, or I need to. These simple constructions are the backbone of how we communicate.
Oh, right. And what about those super versatile words like get and make? They seem to pop up everywhere in conversation. And
Exactly. Let's take get as an example. This tiny three-letter word is like a Swiss Army knife of English. You can say, I get it for understanding, I got a message for receiving, I'm getting tired for changing states.
and don't forget, get home at 6 or get back to me. It's amazing how one word can do so much heavy lifting in different contexts.
Here's what's really mind blowing: native speakers rarely use advanced vocabulary in daily conversation. We stick to these simple, high frequency words because they're incredibly efficient.
Well, that certainly challenges the common belief that you need to sound like a walking thesaurus to be considered fluent.
Think of it like learning to cook. You don't need every exotic spice in your kitchen. What you really need is to master using basic ingredients like salt, pepper, and olive oil, understanding how they work together.
So it's more about depth than breadth, really mastering these fundamental words rather than collecting vocabulary like Pokemon cards.
Exactly that. And here's where it gets even more interesting. This pattern isn't unique to English. Most languages follow this same principle where a small set of core words makes up the majority of daily communication. And
That's fascinating. So we might be completely rethinking how language learning should work.
well, consider this. Instead of the traditional approach of memorizing thousands of words, what if we focused intensively on mastering these core 100 words, understanding every nuance, practicing them in different contexts, developing automatic recall?
You know what this reminds me of? It's like the difference between having a huge wardrobe full of clothes you never wear versus a capsule wardrobe where everything works perfectly together.
And that's why this approach is so powerful. It's not just about knowing these words, it's about developing such familiarity with them that you can use them instantly and naturally in any situation.
Though I have to wonder, wouldn't knowing only 100 words limit what you can express? What about more complex ideas?
Here's the beauty of it: these core words are incredibly versatile and can be combined in countless ways. Plus, once you have this strong foundation, adding specialized vocabulary becomes much easier because you have a solid framework to build upon.
That really changes the whole equation for language learners, doesn't it? Instead of feeling overwhelmed, they can focus on truly mastering this core set.
And you know what's really crucial? This approach aligns perfectly with how our brains naturally learn and process language. We don't learn through memorizing dictionary definitions. We learn through repeated exposure and meaningful use.
So, in essence, we've been making language learning much harder than it needs to be all these years.
Precisely, it's about working smarter, not harder. When you focus on mastering these high frequency words, you're optimizing your learning effort for maximum real world impact.
That's such an empowering message for anyone struggling with language learning. And
And here's the key takeaway: fluency isn't about the size of your vocabulary, it's about how effectively you can use what you know. You don't need more English, you need better control of less English.